Good morning, beautiful souls. Good morning from San Benedetto, Toronto, my hometown. And this is the last 5-6 hours, and then I'm flying back to London. So when I decided what stories to tell, is not linear. I don't go from the beginning to the end. I just follow what I feel I need to tell. So I can jump in, back to the past, into the future, to the present, and over again. I only tell stories about things that happen to me or happen to others only when I feel when I feel I have to say it. I'm just feeling something within that kind of like guiding me to choose what story to share. So this time it's a story that happened in Edinburgh. So I was in Edinburgh 5 years ago. I lived in Scotland for 2 years, and it was a very important time for personal development, spiritual development, like things that happened there. It helped me to, well, first helped me to get back on track, so that to get back on, I would say, my spiritual path, because in the last few years in London, I was lost. I was really much in the materialistic part of life, but I would say not on the buying things, like all the low energy like behaviors, but it was more about, like the worries, the stress, and all those things that lower your energies and that disconnect you from the spiritual world. So it all started actually when I went to meet a fortune teller in Milton Keynes, where she predicted that I will leave London. And she even told me the month when I actually had no thought, no idea, no clue that I would leave. So obviously she knew, based on where currently my energy was, what would happen, and actually all the things that she predicted did happen. Not all exactly like she predicted, but all, included me leaving London in the month that she told me. So as I said, many things happen in Edinburgh, but this is about a French guy that it was my flatmate, and they share a similar story, something similar to what happened to me 9 years ago when I came to London, something that I would probably talk about next time, probably after this video. So at the time I was living in this flat in Brunswick Place, very close to my workplace in Broken Place. I was sharing the flat with I think 8 people. It was 8 people. It was nice. It was a beautiful community of really like-minded people. So it was great time. The flat was shed, falling apart, and all the things related to this flat, I'm gonna leave it. It's not for this topic. So that's another story. That is another story on its own. But I leave it there. I leave it as something else. But it was, the people there was wonderful. The energy was amazing, and we used to have, like, sometime we used to have dinners together, We would eat, drink, play music, singing, sharing stories. So what happened was that in one of those evenings, when where everybody at some point went to sleep, we in the living room was me, this French guy, and this Croatian guy, and we were chit-chatting about everything in general. I can't remember exactly, but I think we ended up talking about energy, about spirituality, and I was drunk. I had quite a few drinks, something that I don't really do anymore usually, but every now and then it happens. Sometimes it happens. And so what happened is I felt to tell them what happened 9 years ago in London, when I woke up in the middle of the night with those energy, those like coming out from my fingertips. I woke up in the middle of the night, and it was it was complete silent. It was silent, and I stand up on my bed. I was in a room with another guy that was sleeping, and touching my blankets, there was like blue lights coming out from my fingers, and whatever I would touch would light up. The interesting thing was that in that state, I felt like it was the most normal thing. I felt there was nothing wrong with that. And that's where everything then started, like where I would say probably my search of something more than what we know, what we call reality, started. It already started in New Zealand, but after that event, it became really a big life-changing event that I'm gonna go more in detail next time. But so that evening I shared this event, and what surprised me was that the French guy told me that he had exactly the same. It didn't go much in detail, or now I can't remember, or maybe I told him, look, I'm drunk, so let's talk about next time. Matter of fact is that a few days later I knocked his door, and I asked him if he could share the story more in the details with me, and that's what happened. So he told me when he was in France, one evening they were, I think it's like in a house. He was in house friends, and they had a forest around, so it was like countryside. And they were walking back home in the dark, in the forest. They could barely see each other, how dark it was, and he said that's when like light of energy, blue light of energy started to come out from his fingers, from his fingertips. So he said that he didn't know why it happened. He had those energy was like light blue from all his fingers, and obviously his friends saw it, and they were shocked. They were shocked because you can imagine, like, I mean, you have your friend, you're walking in the dark in a forest, and then all of a sudden one of your friends start to basically become a human light bulbs. He said like he doesn't know how that happened, and he stopped without control and never happened again. So obviously for him, as it was for me, that was a major life changing event that took him to this new journey to understand what is our existence, a journey that led him to Edinburgh. I believe that Scotland, I believe Scotland has a special energy. But what I was going to say, every country have a unique energy that will attract certain type of people. So I do believe that the land, the people that lives in that land, the energies of those people together affect the people living there, and is going to attract other people that match the same energy. Scotland got an amazing, powerful, benevolent energy, and anyone that goes around and is on the same energy, it can feel it and feel through to Edinburgh. It feels through to Scotland. That is what happened to me. And that's why I moved there in the first place, because there was something that wanted me to go there. Same was for him, and I'm sure same for many other people. So going back to the French guy, it never happened again. He never experienced that again. He tried he tried to learn a technique like Reiki to see if he could develop that gift. I mean, same things I did when I was in Edinburgh. I started to learn about Reiki because my grandmother was a healer, and I believe that I have the kind of gift. It's just that I didn't master it yet, and same as him. That's the reason why he never been able to experience that again. Obviously, he's in search. We are on different level. So if we believe in reincarnation, we all come back with different skills, different understandings based on what we learn, which lessons we learn in past lives. And those lessons learned is what makes people to start the journey at different spiritual levels. Some is higher, some is lower. Some doesn't need to do really anything. It comes naturally, to be a healer, to be a clairvoyant, a psychic, fortune teller, and anything else. For others, where I feel I include myself, we are in a lower level of understanding, and we are exploring and learning and trying to master those knowledge, those gifts that we know we have. We all have it. It's just maybe at the stage of reincarnation that we are, or I am now to a point that I do understand that. I just now need to learn how to control and master my energies definitely one way is to not wasting it, worrying, being stressed, um, worrying about the materialistic side of life, because all of this is what lower your energy. It doesn't allow you to connect with your spirituality, doesn't allow you to connect with your gifts, doesn't allow you to connect with what is behind the curtain. Okay, so the strongest way to like increase our energies is to live in the present moment. That it's easier to say it than to do it, because it's hard, because we are surrounded daily by things that doesn't let us stay in the present moment. All the things on the human level, it's made in a way that it will take your attentions, it will make you feel worried, it will give you things that will distract you. But the only way, at least in my journey and in the journey of many other people I met, is to be in the present moment, being calm, finding inner peace, maintaining this inner peace. Because longer you hold in the present moment, longer you hold this inner peace within you, and higher your energies becomes. And once your energies becomes high enough, that's when the magic, the miracles, it happens. With synchronicities, with dreams becoming true, with the possibility to connect with the other side, and with co-creating your reality, and at the same time, and most important, you are affecting all the people, the surroundings, because your higher energy will englobate, like will just take all that is around, and will uplift the energy on other people, on the lower energy. And if you're high enough, you can uplift others. But if you are not, if you haven't mastered your emotion, if you haven't mastered how to maintain or dealing with those energies, actually, if you are around people with lower energy, they are gonna take your energy down. So that's why it's very important, not just because you can connect with the spiritual world, but at the same time, you are helping this bloody planet to improve, to become better, because as the people living in this planet increase the energy, spiritual energies, more people are affected from that. And this is the best way we can help people and this planet. It's the only way. Again, this is my journey. Okay? In my journey, this is all truth. In my journey, it all how it is. Again, I will get tired to repeat it. I'm not here to convince you. I'm only here to make you think. To make you think and questioning whatever they told you to believe. So, I met another person one day on the train that had a similar experience. I will leave it for next story. I'm now in London, back to London now, and so I haven't been in touch with this French guy. I tried to reach him for other things related to the flat, to the landlord of the flat, that I told you that obviously this is not the place to talk about that, because it has nothing to do with spirituality, but he never replied. So obviously I hope that he's now able to master, you know, the gift that he discovered. I'm true, I haven't. I am still in the journey. You know, I'm in the stage where I'm really gaining so much knowledge and struggling to put into practice. You know, where I have a moment where really my energy are increasing exponentially, and moments where I crush them. I think actually, I don't think I'm actually much better than I used to be. I'm really capable now to take back my energy when they slipped away, when due to external circumstances, I found myself stressed and worried. I'm now capable to take back control, when before it would take me days, months to be able to get back, to raise that energy again, when now I'm capable after a day, a few days, so I'm in the same day, to stop, remember who I am, what I experienced, and start to raise up the energies. So I hope that's making you think. I hope that is making you think. In the meantime, I wish you a wonderful day. Namaste.